I'm so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2i TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2i TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2i TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Step Out TV shows. And today we are on with Step Out SME Focus. That is, we have got somebody that is going to talk about their business and also discuss their entrepreneurial journey. It's been an amazing week for me. I don't know about you, but it's been a very good week for me, and I'm always looking forward for the Step Out TV shows. If you are watching us for the first time, you need to go and like our page and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, T2i TV. Now, before I go on to introduce my guest, I want you to understand that Step Out TV shows has come to stay. We are here to impact lives. We are staying on the side of education. Our aim is to change the mindset of everybody that really cares, everybody that is passionate about learning, everybody that's passionate about building a vision in their career, everybody that really wants to make a difference in their lives, with a strategic focus on the African continent. Because we believe that the personal development of the people of Africa is key to the success of the continent, especially with young people who are the majority, the most vibrant among all the continents of the world, and the most populated, but they are highly neglected. So this platform has come to stay, and I want you to be part of this. Therefore, I want you to share this video. Let somebody that might need it, send it to WhatsApp platforms, send it to social media platforms, your contacts, for them to join this platform, because we want to create a hub of like-minded people that can help us to succeed in life. Now, if you want to advertise on this show, there is a WhatsApp numbers over there that is scrolling on the taskbar. You can just get the number and contact us and advertise on the show. And we want you to understand that we are here to really bridge the gap between main media and our platform. A lot of small businesses cannot go to main media. Why? Because it's very expensive and it's very it's a tough call as a small business to go to main media. But if you come here, we, apart from advertising for you, we are also going to be a consulting hub for you to help your business to grow. We are going to help you to really strategize and position yourself in the marketplace. So it is not just going to be just advertising at a very affordable price, but also to have that consultancy hub where we are going to grow with you as a business. So if you are watching us, if you know anybody that have got a small business, that really want to really advertise or really want to grow their business by being part of this platform, just let them contact us. And we will be there to really help you and grow with you. Now, I'm not going to waste much time. The person that is going to come on the platform is a person I've known for years, but he has got a very inspiring story when it comes to his entrepreneurial journey. And this is a man that you will love because he is very dedicated, he is hardworking, and he's somebody that he's a joy to be around. And who is this man that I'm really talking about? This man is a franchise owner of Q&Q Personnel based in Northampton, and he is the CEO of 3am Mobile Photography. He is in the person of Mr. Akpene Ackumey-Affidze, aka Alfie. Please welcome to Step Out SME Focus, and you are live on T2i TV.
Yeah, thank you, Oscar. Thank you so much for having me tonight. It's a pleasure to be with you, and thank God for your life, for the great work you're doing, and the platform you set up for us to be able to share our stories and motivate or inspire others to follow suit.
Thank you very much as well for your kind words. And the point is that do I address you Alfie? Do I address you Ackumey-Affidze? Do I address you as Akpene? Or how do I address you?
I think the name is long, so when I came abroad, a lot of people couldn't pronounce the three, franchise names. So
Yeah.
at work, my first job, they just decided to shorten the Affidze. They couldn't pronounce, so they call it Afi, and it just metamorphosized to Alfie over the years. So I think to make things quite short, Affidze, Alfie will be the best, even though a lot of people know me as Affidze. Yeah, the surname.
I'll go for Affidze. I'll go for Affidze.
Yes, the surname is how a lot of people call me over the years at school, and they can't pronounce the Ewe name, Akpene.
Wow. Now, my brother, I think let's go straight to business. And I think today we are really going to talk about your entrepreneurial journey from Ghana to the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
The roadblocks, the challenges, the failures, the success factors, the inspiration that you have gathered all these years. And I see you like a warrior because I know you. I know you. And I know the journey better probably more than anybody else.
I think so.
And when you say, Oscar, you inspire me a lot, I'm like, you don't even also know that you inspire me a lot.
Yeah, you do. You do inspire me. It's like you don't sleep. I wonder who doesn't sleep. Because back online, Oscar is there. In the morning, 9 a.m., you are still online. It's amazing to have known you for some of these years. And all the support you've given me, I fully appreciate them.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now let's go straight to business. Who is Ackumey-Affidze outside the domain of my introduction that you will let viewers to know?
I think Ackumey-Affidze Akpene, or Alfie, everybody calls me. It's just a humble servant of the Lord who hailed from the Volta region, schooled in the Volta region, and came to UST. I think that's where the business part of me really kind of started. Initially started out of kind of necessity, even though growing up, I've always loved have my own farms and sell to neighbors.
Yeah, I think we'll be coming to that gradually, but like briefly, who are you? Like,
I just
family and all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. As I said, I'm a 43-year-old gentleman currently living in the United Kingdom with my family. Hail from Ghana. School in Mali, went to tech and left tech and came to the UK. In a nutshell, that's who I am. I've got a beautiful wife and two children, a boy and a girl, Daniel and Rachel.
Wow. That sounds very interesting. Now, how was life growing up?
Like growing up was quite challenging. I didn't come from a very rich background, but just a middle class. My both parents were both teachers, very disciplined parents, and we grew up on. I'm fortunate to be grown up on a farm, have our own farm in the village. Then grew up on the farm, have very amazing neighbors. Very, as I said, my parents are teachers, so they instill a lot of discipline in you to study very hard. So yeah, life was quite good growing up with the support from my parents. Yeah, that's what I would say. Life was not that wasn't bad, but we were taught to work hard. That has always been the watchword: work hard. Yeah.
I can really envisage how your house looked like, because my mom was a teacher and my dad was an assistant director of education.
Yeah.
So we were in the same house.
I think so. My mom was assistant director of education, and
Yeah.
my father was also lecturers at the whole Polytechnic.
Wow.
So lectures in Mauli, then finally ended up in whole Polytechnic. So I came up from the household of my parents are teachers and 3 boys. I've got 2 other brothers and myself. We have a step sister who unfortunately we lost, passed away.
Wow, because it's like in those kind of houses, it's either you learn or you learn. It's 2 things. It's either you learn or you learn. There's nothing you can do. You don't have an option.
No, that's I remember, I think from growing up, anytime I'm not first in my year, I still got trashed. I still got beaten. So from class 2, since I could remember till much class GSS, you have to be first every year. So there was no need mentioning the because you'll be beaten up. So you have no option to give it your very best.
Wow. When did it occur to you that you can really enter into entrepreneurship? Because from your parents' background, none of them were entrepreneurs. So when did it occur to you?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, partly, I think my dad had a corn mill business, had some farms. We had about 40 hectares of palm plantation. So I would say my dad was kind of, after school every day, dad goes to farm. I mean, mom sells in the market, even though being an assistant director. They kind of add a lot of things to increase the stream of income coming to the household. So I think I picked some of those qualities from them. But I would say the entrepreneurship really kind of started when I went to tech. Things were quite hard at the time, so I had to kind of survive. So the survival kind of instinct kicked in. So I picked up how to survive, in the sense that I had farms back home that I was selling to, garden egg farms that I was selling to farmers. And also I started a photography business at tech. I was in Katanga, one of the halls, and I started a photography business there. But I had a studio at T2i by the market, where I've employed somebody to oversee the business. But after school every day, even though I was a student, I go and oversee.
So how were you able to raise capital as a student to start that business where you had a studio? How were you able to do it? Because when I was at the uni, before even my student loan will come, I've already borrowed from it already. So I don't know how you were able to raise money to really start up with it. Yes.
Yeah, that's quite. Thank you for that question. I mean, I believe when there's a will, there is a way.
Okay.
If there is a will, there is a way. The first camera was actually given to me. There's a woman everybody might know. I think she's called Mona Me. She used a motorcycle at tech, quite popular lady at in Africa Hall. She gave me the very first camera, Zenith camera, very old. And there's the desire to survive, the desire to do something led me to Studio 225, a guy called Prosper in Studio 225. A lot of people from US team, I know him. So I started helping to start with, just because obviously I couldn't raise enough funds to get. So I work with him tirelessly. I mean, during matriculations, during graduation ceremonies, we do a lot of passport photo for faculties, ID cards. So that's why I kind of start generating a lot of income, and obviously sharpen the skills, and increase my the how do you call it, my client base. Before I started, I raised some money from there, and asked my parents whatever small money is coming, my loan, kind of save it, and started the business, started a studio, bought the place.
So I could say you had the humility to go and understudy somebody.
Yes, understood quite a lot of people. Opanka, Studio 225, what do you call it? 225 Fonjo photos in Africa Hall. Those were all comrades, and I picked a lot of good skills, and we still kind of got very good relationships.
It's very interesting you mentioning Opanka, and Opanka was my next door, but I never had the desire to understudy him.
Do you? All right, that's very interesting.
Opanka was my next door at Katanga, but I never Katanga home. It never crossed my mind to understudy him.
Do you? I think whatever is facing you makes you sometimes think out of the box to survive.
Exactly, yes. But on a serious note,
yeah.
So you were able to raise capital to open your own studio.
Yes. So I thought on campus we're making some extra income from those guys, but leverage is always been something I think about. If one person can be doing something if you can be doing something, other people can also be doing the same thing, helping you is better. So I call it leverage. So if I can have something working on the side, so that's why I went to IUDSA and start looking for a place to start the studio, because then obviously I'm taking advantage of the community around the university. So that's why I strategized and located by the market. So we're selling books. We do a lot of communication. It's not just a photo studio. We had a communication center. Those days, remember, you have to buy card and queue for a very long queue. So we're selling phone cards. We're selling exercise books. And when school is about to start, I go to people in Accra, get books, exercise books, and distribute to mates, and we sell as well. So it was kind of a multi-purpose shop. Yeah.
I would say that was a very smart move, for a lot of people, they were just trying to learn and waiting for the future, that is after school. But you already were creating the future whilst you were in school.
I would say so. It was, I think, ideally it wasn't maybe something survival instinct kicked in, but when money was coming, I think that kind of became a driving force to make more money, or to obviously be able to not depend on my parents, because I think by the second year there was no much need to depend on parents much. I was making income.
This really sounds interesting, but let me ask you this. How were you able to combine your academics, that is your learning, with this business?
Oscar, frankly speaking, it took a toll at some point, especially when I traveled abroad in my second year, and it's gonna make some money from there. But I think it's just the combination. Sometimes I miss some few lectures, I wouldn't lie. And being a very sharp student from Mauli School, and obviously my primary school, all the grades, the record I set in my look up, GSS is still not broken. It's still there, 119. It's still broken. It's not broken still till today. But when the business started, frankly speaking, I wasn't paying a lot of attention to my studies. I would say, as much as I was learning, I was passing. I wasn't getting the kind of marks I used to get when I walked through the doors of Mauli or my primary school, work on scholarship all my life. I wasn't getting, but I think the money kind of weighing the two, I realized I have to give each of them equal weighting, and that's what I did. And I didn't do bad. I finished with a good grade. Finished a Greek with a good grade.
So now you are based in the UK.
I am, yes.
What happened to the business when you left the shores of Ghana? And was the business still running? Is it still running? What happened to the business?
Yeah, thanks so much, Oscar, for that question. That was my dream. That was my dream, to expand Paramount Studios and add other things to it. But managing business from afar is quite difficult. I did have somebody that I employed to oversee, but unfortunately, management was quite poor and lack of control measures. The guy took some monies from the business and disappeared to South Africa without my knowledge. Unfortunately, I had to go back and sell the photocopiers, the cameras and things. I bought the land. The land was my land. So I still got the land. I kept the land. So I built something on it and rented out now, which is generating very small income. But that one is I just use the income to help a woman that I've met in the vicinity that was also trying very hard to establish. So she's now in the shop doing business. So I don't really make much money from the shop, but the land's still in my name. So I think one day.
Wow. But that is the blessing. That is the blessing. You are supporting in your own small way. You are giving back to the community that you were in. And I think
yes,
that is a real plus. That's a
they
real.
were nice to me. Yeah, they were nice to me. They were nice to me. I remember days where, I was just starting. I didn't have much money, or I've spent money repairing cameras. So I've photographed people. They haven't paid, and these women kind of helped me. Feed or supported me. So when I was in a better position, I saw the need to impact their lives.
Wow. Because the reason why I'm so intrigued about what you are saying is that not a lot of people will do that, and not a lot of people will see the need, especially when the business has really collapsed. But let me ask you this: does it mean that finding people to look after your business in Ghana, especially, probably you can cut across the whole of Africa, when you are not around, do you think it's so much difficult or it's so easy?
It's a two-pronged the question. Thank you so much for the question. It's two-pronged approach. My personal experience, I define it quite challenging. Obviously, with this fact that you've got a life abroad, to a family to manage, a business to manage, and managing business back home. So the ideal would be to be depending on your partner or whoever you're working with to get into a driving seat and run things, not especially you getting so much involved, but just become an overseer. But my personal experiences is that it doesn't really always happen. Some people might be fortunate to have very trusted friends or families or business partners that are honest, and they could be successful. But unfortunately, I wasn't successful.
Wow.
In that regard.
Wow. And I think this is the kind of thing, because I'm just imagining how long you have left the shores of Ghana. If this guy was still running this business, I'm imagining how big the business probably would have been, because the location is very good in terms of what you were doing.
It is
you've got IMS at the back, and I've got university.
You got a tech.
Tech at the front. And there is no way you're not going to succeed if you manage your business well.
Well, the thing is vision. That's why, all the things you always talk about kind of really sounds very, very, very true. Vision, where people can see where you're going, or the people that you've employed or working with, they know where you're going and see the vision. It's easier for them to kind of go with you the mile or journey with you. But when people cannot see how you can see, or cannot see in their mind's eye where you're going, it becomes very difficult for them to toe the lines or see. And because personally, it was something I'm thinking we could replicate in a whole country. If that do well, we could replicate that in tech, replicating all the universities and all the tertiary institutions. Because obviously, by the grace of God, maybe in a better power position to raise more money for that. That was my vision at the time. It's still not. It's still not gone. I think I still got other things I'm planning, but maybe not in that. It's a business that you don't have to be physically present to run. I think that's the future I'm thinking about for Ghana.
Yes.
No, you don't have to be physically present to manage, or less of your presence, but you can manage remotely with the technology now. I think it should be possible to know how many people goes to the shop or how many people comes out with a lot of technology. It will be a lot more better to control and manage.
Exactly, exactly. And I think that is the only way, that is the way forward now. And exactly that is what I tell all my friends abroad. Sometimes they come and they ask me, Oscar, what kind of business can I do in Ghana? I'm like, do business that though you are living in this country, you can manage it. So for example, I say if you've now built a house, nobody is living in it. Can you turn it to rental apartment?
Yes.
Because if anybody comes to rent, you take control of your money. You take control of your money. You take control of your money. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
So that is very, very critical. That is very, very critical to your success. If you don't have control of your money, then it is going to be difficult.
Yeah. So cash flow will just run dry.
Yes, exactly. And if somebody is taking charge of your money, then they can use the money for anything they want.
Oh yes, I think that's exactly what happened too in my case in that regard. But cash flow is very important for every business. That's a lifeblood of a business. So if your cash flow is gone, then business can easily fold out. But as I said, as you rightly said, if you can manage a business in Ghana, I think the best thing is to do business is that you can easily, your personal involvement is not that great. If you find somebody that's very trustworthy, that's fantastic, even better. But cash flow, I mean, if you have a big house in Ghana, convert them into apartments and rent them as Airbnb. I mean, for holiday makers, to the banks, to the big organizations that can hostels. I mean, I've got good friends that are doing great in those regards where they haven't gone into businesses that you have to be there, but they can generate income remotely.
Now, did you have business in mind when coming to the United Kingdom?
I think once you've tasted business and money, I think it's always at your back, behind your head. But I know, I mean, coming abroad, you know the journey.
Yeah, exactly.
You kind of solidify yourself. I always say maybe the first 7 years you are just trying to establish yourself because you're not British citizen. No, you're not. You don't come here with the documents. So many times, you know, I was fortunate to come with a swap or student. So about 2 years ran so quick, and after that, you got to be kind of thinking of what to do. Do you go back? Are you staying here? You know, those are decisions you had to take, and I decided I'm staying here. So it takes out the first 5 years not to bore the viewers.
Yeah, I think you don't even need to go to that level.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the first 5 years, but I had it in my mind. As soon as things settle down, I'll pick myself back together and start. Yeah, you know, I mean, even Bible says 4 7 times you rise at 7 times. So falling and rising is not something I worry about. As soon as you go life, you can become anything. You can become anything. You just don't give up. You just keep fighting till the last draw of breath. Yes.
Wow. So did you enter into business straight away, or when did you start going into business?
Yeah, when I came out, I brought the photography with me. Obviously, I've got the knowledge already, so I was combining with work. Gradually, got myself settled in the country, settle my status, and kind of bought the house, and kind of I thought, yeah, it's time to kind of get back into business. The kids were born. The first one, my daughter was born, so I kind of gone back into business, working and doing business on the side. So it was just a second income. That's a photography, second income, and that became kind of grow and grow. Now we've got a studio in Northampton that we do a lot of corporate work for people.
Oh, so you have got a studio in Northampton at the moment?
At the moment, yeah, we've got a studio in Northampton, Wellingborough Road, 197 Wellingborough Road. I partner with somebody that, but I go there from time to time. If I got my own private clients that I need to shoot, I'll go and shoot. But because of the business I'm running now, the recruitment is really taking off my time. So I do a lot of leveraging now. If I have clients that want me, I try to find good photographers and leverage and charge them. So if I've got a wedding for £3,000, I'll leverage for somebody that can charge 1,000, a good photographer 1,500, and I do all the network. All the client relationship part of things, and subcontract the business to the photography to the person to go and shoot, and I just monitor delivery of things. But the studio is there. I've got a partner that does a lot of studio work. Yeah, he's kind of especially in studio work. So we book a lot of local clients to come and do family portraits and headshots, a corporate. We got a corporate client that helps us. We do a few corporate shots as well. Yeah, but as I said, my hands is not so much into photography currently.
Yeah, but you are the director of the company, so you don't need to be there all the time because
no, that's what I said. Yeah, in that sense, the monetary part overseeing those. The monetary part. Whatever goes on, I'm well aware of things. Just as I said, I'm not there day to day photographing. I'm no,
Because I think the first time our line crossed was on somebody's, I think, wedding, and the one that was shooting, and I was the MC. And where our path crossed some years back.
It is.
And I was wondering the kind of technology that you were using at the time with your photography, because you were shooting pictures of people in real time on the wall of the wedding place.
And
people were getting instant pictures. Instantly, it's printed and it is framed. And I'm like, man, I have never seen such a thing in my life in the UK since I've been doing MCs across. I'm like, wow. And that is where you really caught my mind after school. I'm like, man, this guy has got something that a lot of our African brothers and sisters that are into photography, they are nowhere close to you.
A lot of people are doing so well back home, but it's about looking at the niche. As saying, looking at the niche, and as you always say, I mean, be preaching that you don't need a lot of money to start. I believe when I started, I didn't have a lot of equipment or a lot of gadgets. Obviously, the gadget you have now runs into over 15,000 pounds worth, but you don't need a lot to start. My encouragement for, people in the same industry of photography or people who might want to start. You need only a camera and a printer, and the rest is just the ability to persuade people to pay you, ability to be able to deliver quality for people to pay you. And that's all I would say. I mean, the rest, you just have to look at the need, look at the need of the people in the community. It could be anything that people need. It could be, I was just speaking to a friend a few days ago, and I'll just say, you're a teacher, you can start cabbage farming. You can start something on the side. You can't depend on salary. You have to start something. It's different stream of income, at least minimum 3.
I think that is one of the things that my dad always told me, that always have something alongside your career.
Quite true.
Yes,
true. I agree with you. Perfectly.
He's an example of that, because he always tells me, Oscar, don't rely on my pension pay. I'm still surviving on the books that I have written all these years. And these books are distributed to schools.
Wow.
And even at my pension age, I'm still surviving on it. So, awesome. So the system can retire you, but you should not retire yourself.
Very true. That is, a system can, but you shouldn't. I think your father's work, your generation should be enjoying as well. He'll be gone and you get yours. The royalty is still there. So I think those are systems you all have to try and create. That when you are gone, that still goes on.
Yes.
And the other people can still benefit.
Yes. So it's quite interesting because you have been always mentioning have a second income. And I think those of us who are watching us, is something you have to look into, that always learn to have a second income, as our brother Affidze is really preaching. Now, what made you to enter into franchise business?
I asked myself, I've always looking for opportunities. So when I came a trainers, I went into healthcare, work in the healthcare industry, the story. I was a nurse, made quite good money there, but unfortunately something happened and I happened to lose my PIN, my registration. But as I said, in life things happen to you, but you don't cry, you don't put your hands to your head and cry wolf. You reorganize yourself, rebrand, and get up and dust up and move forward. So with that mindset, I just decided I need to do something to generate income. So initially, it took me some time to kind of think, what do I do? obviously I've been in the healthcare business. I know how vibrant it is, the need for workers, how big an industry. So I just thought, this is a niche right there. Just raise some money and just get in. So obviously being a healthcare worker, I've been a nurse working healthcare for about 15 years, doing business on the side. I know quite ins and outs of it. So I bought the franchise 2017. I bought the franchise. It cost a bit of money, but I invested it and bought it.
Wow. So the franchise, what tell me about that business. Is P&Q personnel, right?
Yeah, P&Q personnel, which is the recruitment business for healthcare workers.
For healthcare workers.
Yeah, recruit, train, and send. Recruit, train, and send. Yeah, as I said, P&Q personnel is a franchise business. Franchise business in the sense that I didn't set it up from scratch. I went to franchise way because there's a lot of support structures already in place. There's a lot of systems in place. So it helps if you can set it from scratch, all well and good. But I went for franchise business because all those systems are in place. And as you know, in this country, systems are very, very important. The ability to pay your staff on time, ability to get onto bigger platforms, because your network is your net worth, as you rightly know. So I was quite very important. I need to have the network. So going on the franchise route kind of links me up to different trajectories quite quickly. So that's why I went for the franchise business and be running in Saints. And it just really recruit, train, and send. Recruit, train, and send. So recruit, we train, and we send out to the care homes, nurses, and carers. And for the 3 years we've growing quite fast. As I said, we supply over 322 care homes in the country. I've got 10 local care homes as supply.
You have to take your time and say that you would supply how many care homes in the UK?
About 322 HC1 care homes. Yes, we supply that just one contract, because some people we got these different healthcare setups. Like if you don't heard of Bupa care homes.
Yeah,
Bupa had about over 22 care homes, but they wanted to concentrate on their healthcare, their insurance business. So they sold all the healthcare care homes to one Indian chap called, who is 81. So we get onto this platform that has allowed us. That's why I said, if you go for the franchise business, you've got this platform already available to you to use. So that's why we have access to about 322 HC1 care homes all over the country that I'm leveraging in all over the country to supply. So I'm not supplying only in Northampton. I've got people working in Manchester, Leeds. So anybody watching me and love business or living in the UK and lives in those areas, we could work together in the sense that you can recruit, they become your staff, they work in the care homes that can supply. I check all the compliance and be sure they are legally to work in the country. They've got the right training, they've got the right skill sets. You earn money, I earn money. That means anytime they go to work, they are your staff, but you get paid. Any hour they do, you get paid, wherever you are in the UK. Because I'm just alone, or my team is very small, we can only cover Northamptonshire, Bedfordshire, Milton Keynes, that's Buckinghamshire. But I can supply the whole country. So why not leverage on other people, let other people also benefit if I've got a platform.
So do you supply also to London?
Obviously. We've got all the care homes in all the Bupa care homes in London. Lifeway is another big brand which looks after people with learning disabilities, people with challenging mental health conditions. By the grace of God, we just got that contract won as well. So we can supply all the Lifeway groups, and it's all over the country. And I'm getting calls all over the place. Have you got staff? Have you got staff? Because they can see the name on the platform that we supply them. So they'll be calling you, have you got staff for us? So now it's purely kind of really looking for people to leverage with, who they don't have to have the knowledge, because the knowledge can be passed on to them to just recruit, because use their network to benefit others and benefit themselves.
Wow, that really sounds interesting. So it's like it's in twofold. You can get partners out of it.
Yes.
Who will recruit on your behalf.
Yes.
And
exactly.
The people recruited will make their money. The partner will make their money, and you also make your money, right?
That is it. Yeah, because as I said, 322 care homes all over the country. UK is big. I mean, as far as York, Manchester, Scott, I mean, it's too big. Just name it. Just type HC1. Anybody who is interested, look at the number of care homes. Lifeways, look at the number of care homes. Royal Mencap, they've got a lot of care homes. I mean, apart from the ones that I've known, I mean, my local care homes that I've worked with the managers to have those contracts. Apart from those, 10 of those, this is a big national cake that I cannot eat. I mean, I can't do it all by myself. So leveraging is I think that's the way forward to be able to supply P&Q Northampton the base, but wherever people are who are willing to team up or work together, we leverage, they recruit. All I need is a compliance, the right to work, the training, they've got the interest. It could become their second income. They don't have to do it full time. They could have their jobs, but just use their network. So we have a spreadsheet. I've got somebody already doing it in Nottingham. He's got a spreadsheet, about 4 or 5 staff on the spreadsheet. They go to work. He's doing a different job. He's not actually even in the care industry, but just use his network to get me the staff. They go to work, they do 12 hours. Every hour they do, I pay them £10.50 from the head office, the accounts department pay them. Then I get paid, my £3. But £3 out of that, the person who recruited them get paid £1. So if they do 12 hours, that's 12 quid. If you take 10 people to work, 12 times 10 a night. Okay, multiply that by a month. That's an extra income. You can be doing your job. You just recruit once, but that becomes an extra income. That's why I'm seeing it now. That's why I realize P&Q Northampton needs to grow beyond Northamptonshire, Bedfordshire, and Buckinghamshire.
So do you recruit only healthcare assistants or
nurses and healthcare assistants? Currently, nurses and healthcare assistants.
Wow. I think this sounds very interesting, and I think this is one of the most eye-opening opportunities that you are bringing on this platform.
Yes.
I think you are really doing a great job.
Thank you. I think leverage, as I said, it's always better to have more than one income. That's what I've always, as I've been repeating. So people anybody in the UK that wants to, hopefully you'll have the alliances to, recruit from Ghana. Then that will be a different story for the future. But for now, kind of really want to take this national cake and do justice to it.
So what do you think the future holds for P&Q personnel?
It just expand, and work hard by the grace of God, as I said, to have maybe regional offices, the head offices in Coventry, but the Northampton branch, we would like to have other regional offices where we can operate from. That's the vision. That's the vision to grow bigger. And as I said, if I care, like-minded people that are willing to come on board, and as I said, we've got a platform already with the network. Being a franchise, we've got a network that is there. So all you need, you don't have to go knocking any care home. Can I supply you? Do you have the compliance? Do you have the CQC? You don't need all those. All those, the work is done. All you need is the willingness to work, willingness to engage people, willingness to be nice to people, talk to carers, look after them, treat them well as you would like to be treated, and they will always be very loyal and be willing to work for you. And as they work, they benefit, you get benefits, and you're happy, they are happy, everybody's happy. That's always been my ethos, to make everybody happy while everybody profits.
Now, I think we'll be wrapping up very soon. But let me ask you this. What are some of the challenges that you have faced in this journey? And tell me about that one challenge that really you were like, I want to give up. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. I don't know. I read this book, apart from my Bible, I read this book a lot.
Wow.
Think and Grow Rich.
Wow.
And you come across a lot of people in this book that there's nothing like challenges. Challenge is just a new opportunity. So if you say challenges, mainly is staff. As I'm still even asking, staffing is a big challenge, and also people letting you down. the last minute. But apart from that, as I said, when there's a will, there is always a way.
Exactly. Wow. Now, before we wrap up, right?
Yeah.
I want you to tell me about your daughter, your 14-year-old daughter. That is really engaged in the work that you are doing. And at the age of 14, the kind of work she's doing, when I really got to know about it, I'm like, wow. And even, you see, because of that, I started today, my studio here, it was my son who set it up for me.
Wow,
Just
that's
I
beautiful.
realized what your daughter is doing. I'm like, this what I do.
It can.
I can't iron my shirt. He's the one that really set up the whole place, the lighting and everything. Because I start getting involved, because I'm like, look at this, my friends, my brothers, and what she's doing. You can do better. So you need to start, and we have already started. Tell me about it.
Well done. Yeah, Rachel is my 14-year-old daughter. Very enthusiastic, lovely young lady. Sharp. I mean, she had on the shirts and the ties and everything I'm wearing. You know, that is girl. But she really quite involved in the business. She does all the recruitment. I mean, the organization of the paperwork. I'm not one of the highly organized my bosses. So I mean, Rachel is on top of the paperwork. Make sure that if you are sending applications out, she logs onto the company page and send it to if anybody wants the application form, she sends them, she prints them, she staples them, she files them. If applications have been sent back, she prints them, files them, put them in an order file. A very methodical filing order. And obviously I pay her, so I think that's a big motivation. She's always saving, she's always shopping. She's even been thinking about starting her own business. She's been talking to me, Dad, I want to start my own business. I say, take it easy. So she's been very, very instrumental, and I think in that sense you learn all the ropes, and just keep a focus on that. She's not that young. She can learn anything. Especially in this part of the world we stay. There's nothing that you cannot do. Or even back in Africa, just get your kids involved. Whatever you're doing, teach them, and I believe they are sharp. They are smart.
Of course. I think the pastors are doing better than that than we. We don't teach our children to be in the business that we are in, but the pastors teaches their sons for them to take over the church, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I think it's just something that happens. I think all over Africa realize that you have very successful businessmen. When they are gone, their business goes because they've instructed their sons to become lawyers and doctors. So I'm not saying it's not good to become doctors, but when they are gone, the business goes, which you see across our continent, which is quite sad. Whereby, take the Tata business for instance. It's a generational business. Take the Sainsbury's, the generational business. Tesco, generational business. So businesses like that, they just put systems in place. They go, the people just carries on through the generations. But unfortunately, that has never maybe replicated on a part of the world. Yeah.
I think Kusin Team Mensa is asking a question here, and she said, I'm looking out for an opportunity for a nurse in Ghana. Can he help? I don't really understand. Is it like she wants a nurse to come to the UK? I'm not really sure what he's trying to say.
Okay, if a nurse to come to the UK, as I said, there's some licenses after the COVID and after the exit from the how do you call it, the Brexit. There might be things that might. One of them is to kind of open the borders for the Africa continent. Sometimes, obviously, to get our people who look after our mothers to come abroad and serve other people, but financial people make those decisions. Something I've been maybe against personally myself when I came over. But doors to open that we can recruit from Ghana, qualified nurses, at least over 5-year experience as general nurses, to come over here and be trained or go on an adaptation course and be incorporated into the system and work here on the NHS or in the private sector.
Do you think doing business in the UK is very difficult?
I think comparatively to Ghana, I find it a lot more easier. But as a person of color, there could be few stuff sometimes. I've been to places past being sent as business relation or business development manager or client relationship manager, and you go and the reception you get is a bit strange. A typical example is there was a care home I was really looking to get to supply, and I called the management. I mean, the reception told me, no, you can't see the manager, blah blah blah. So what I decided is I went and paid on business of another business development manager. I mean, Mark Hinton from Oxford, and Mark went ahead and called them, and surprisingly, Oscar, they gave Mark a date to come for an interview or to come and see the manager, the decision makers. And that's the same care home I called. So Mark called me and said, Alfie, we are in. I said, are you sure? He said, yes, we are in. I said, oh, really? Okay, that's fine. So I set a date, and when it was close to the time, he called them and said, you know what, I'm running very late. Something just happened. I can't attend, but Alfie will attend. Alfie is a very English name. So they were thinking they're going to see an English guy. And when the time comes, I rocked up, and they were quite surprised. I know my staff. I was able to give them as it is, and till today I work with them, and it's a pleasure to work with them. But that is, the same care home that I called. I don't know whether because of my accent or what was it. They just wouldn't give me the chance. But I got a few more care homes doing the same process. So as sad as it might sound, I don't always want to be the face of my business. I always want to be not always the face. I do that quite a lot. If I'm meeting bigger groups, I'm never the face. I mean, it's sad, but it's a stark reality.
I can tell you, it's the way forward, man. If I've been in some other businesses I don't really want to mention, but working in other businesses that maybe an Asian is the boss, a black guy is the boss. They don't go for the big corporate meeting.
No.
Employ other people.
Yes.
The same language to go.
They relate. Yeah, blood is thicker than water.
Yes, blood is thicker than water. One of my friends says they speak the same language. Though all of us are speaking English, they speak the same language than us.
My English is from the Volta region. It's still got a Volta accent in it.
Yeah, but because the reason why I was asking you that question is that a lot of people think that it's so difficult. For example, the example that you made is one of the challenges that really puts a lot of people off. And that is why I ask you, is it difficult to do business here? But I think from what you are saying, it's like you don't see the walls. You find a way to get over the wall, right?
Yeah, definitely. You have to. That's the only way. You have to find a way and think creatively. And as I said, leverage. Because there are certain places, not that they don't like you as a person, but it takes people to gel. So you just have to use that leverage. It could be friends, it could be business partners, it could be, and maybe, my receptionist, we have a receptionist, that would be an English person, of course. It's not that you don't like the blacks or you don't like your people, but you just want to be, wisdom is the principal thing Bible say, get to wisdom. So wisdom is wisdom getting. You can get your people other jobs within the business. I mean, they could be good in IT, they could be good in human resource, they could be good in letter writing, other things. Just as I said, I don't go for those meetings myself. I'll go a letter came last time. They say, what do you do? I say, I work for this company. But the fact of the matter is I own the franchise. But I tell them I work for the company. I'm just been sent to come and hand over these things. It doesn't make you any lesser person. Not at all.
Wow. This is really interesting. And to be honest, I think these are some of the things that we really need to learn. And we need to understand that, look, we can do it, but it depends on the approach that we go with it.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as people start to, get comfortable with you, your color, it doesn't matter. Because I realized in the past, I've worked with care homes that last minute I'll take off my shirt and go on the floor and work my ass off virtually. Be there till, there was a time I stayed there where there was snowed in. I stayed for 1 week in a care home, 1 week, working back to back. Just that created that kind of commitment that the boss saw and said, you know what, you are here for good. Your agency is going nowhere. If you can sacrifice your staff, yourself to be eating, baked beans on toast for 1 week because you still snowed in. My staff couldn't come in, so I mean, you were there for us. We will be there for you. And till today, I still supply, and we became like good friends. And through his leverage, I actually got another contract from another care home just using his leverage. Richard gave me that leverage to use. Yeah.
So you are trying to tell people that commitment is key.
It's everything. It's everything. Yeah, I mean, young guys, if anybody could just read this cover to cover quite a few times, you come across many successful people who are still reading it, and you keep learning. You never stop reading, never stop growing, learn from people, you know, just till you go down, don't stop learning. Yeah, working hard, working very hard.
What advice are you going to give to young people, especially in Africa?
Yeah, so I mean, it's easy to give excuses for not starting. You know, it's very easy to give excuses. That's something I find very easy to give excuses because or listen to people around you who the naysayers. You have so many naysayers these days who, we've done it, this failed, that failed. You know, they'll give you all sort of, refuse to bow down to naysayers, whether existing business or people who want to start. Refuse to say no to naysayers and just carry your vision. And as I said, no matter how small, start. If you have to be selling bagged pepper on the side, even if an accountant, start selling. If you have to sell ice water as an accountant, start selling. If you have to, start doing some farms. As I've got friends who are working, they've got farms, they've got mills, they've got cattle ranches, they've got, just do something to give you a second income. So the day the government tell you haven't got a job, you not put your hands on your head. Yeah.
and with COVID-19, people are losing their jobs. And I think this is the time people are going to reflect that this vision I wanted to start 10 years ago, probably if I've started, probably I will not be crying of not having a job at the moment.
Yeah, that's very true. With COVID-19, frankly speaking, we make more money COVID-19, unfortunately, than as people are, But Bible says the same year was farming, Isaac planted, and he reaped 100-fold. I'm not a pastor or anything, but the same year Isaac planted, he reaped 100-fold. So in the COVID-19, business has been actually too good, because there was so much need for people to care for other people in the healthcare sector. So my phone doesn't stop ringing. It was mad. The head office was it's good. Business is good. It has slowed a little bit now, but just more strategizing, and I know to just pick up as quickly as possible. Especially if I get this leverage working all over the country, get people leveraging, working, everybody's happy.
Wow.
So people who might have lost their families or who might have been affected one way or the other with this COVID-19, we'll come out of it. It will be over.
Oh yes. What keeps you going?
I would say I'm a believer. I cannot love praying. Apart from my religious background, just tenacity, not to give up. I've got a dream in mind. If you can see have that vision in mind, you just have to have the vision in ahead of you and just kind of drive towards the vision, kind of bulldozing through any obstacles, any challenges that might come your way. But as soon as you have the vision in mind, nothing. When the vision is big enough, nothing really can stop you. Yeah. Nothing really can stop you if your vision is big enough. Nothing can. That thought drives me. So at this point, every challenge I see is an opportunity. I don't fear challenges anymore. I've had enough of it. Yeah.
Because I have seen you facing huge challenges.
Yes.
And you come back fighting.
Yes. As I said,
you are a real fighter, to be honest.
Yeah, you got to. Oscar, you've got to. You go. Apart from your family to feed, your mouth to feed, you've got your vision. It's to be sad to die with your vision. As I said, the graveyard is one of the big. Is as sad as we say. It's one of the place with unfulfilled dreams. And frankly speaking, I would love to die empty. I love to die with nothing left in me. Yeah. nothing left in me, because the termites are just going to decompose. I don't want nothing left for them. Yeah.
Because they say the graveyard is the place that a lot of visions,
yes,
a lot of visions were not birthed.
Yeah, quite true.
Yeah, they are found at the graveyard.
Yes, it is true. Yeah, it's very, very true. And by the grace of God, we kind of only pray that you try to get everything out of you before we go down. Get everything out of you before you go down. Don't allow words from naysayers. People will discourage you. Don't allow them. Do not allow them. But if a vision is great, and they can't stop you anyway, because where you are going, there's no obstacle. You jump them, they'll come, you bulldoze through them, and keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That's my encouragement for business people.
Your last words to people that are watching us, and especially to young people in Africa and diaspora, that really have got a vision, but they have never got the time, the passion, the drive to really start and take it off the ground. Yeah. What do you have to say to you? Your last word?
My last word: just maximize your vision. Let your vision be big, because if the vision is big enough, it drives you. And don't give up. No matter how small, start small, and just keep working, keep diversifying, keep pushing, keep leveraging, keep learning. And that goal will be fulfilled. It definitely will be fulfilled. It might take time, might take years, but it will come to pass.
It might take time, it might take years, but it will come to pass. I think what a lot of people don't have is that tenacity of purpose and that consistency to really see the vision being harvested. I always tell people that, look, from sowing to harvesting, it's a journey.
Oh, it is, definitely. He has to die. The maize or whatever seed, he needs to even die first.
Yeah.
Before they actually start. Yeah, you got to die first. So if you don't need to die, then you can't have a maize cob. You can have a beans cob or beans fruit. It needs to die. So that's why the dying process is very key to the harvest.
Because when you look at the farmer, the kind of work the farmer puts in on a consistent basis, it means on a daily basis.
Definitely.
For you to really have that tomatoes, for you to really have that cassava, for you to really have that pepper, for you to really have that fish that you are eating.
Oh, for sure.
You see, I always tell people that the mentality of the farmer is one of the most powerful mentality that anybody, that we should learn from.
Oh,
because
for sure.
see, the farmer knows that there can be drought this year. The farmer knows there can be some earthquake. The farmer knows that the rain will not fall. There's the potential. Some insects.
Anything.
I was watching Al Jazeera, and I think it's in Pakistan. It's either Pakistan or Afghanistan, one of them.
Okay. Yeah.
And this pandemic of COVID-19, their worst pandemic is the invasion of locusts on their farms.
Wow.
And it's just destroying everything in the country.
Yeah.
And they say that kind of pandemic, let's say, is an epidemic inside. It's worse than the pandemic we are talking about in terms of the COVID.
That could be quite sad.
Yeah, but the farmer that planted knew that there is the potential for this kind of accident.
Oh, definitely.
Go ahead and sow the seed.
You have to.
Why don't we do the same with our vision?
Yeah. If the vision, if it's not big enough, or you don't hatch the vision, then the naysayers are able to shut you down. The naysayers, it could be family, it could be friends. Oh no, this will not work, or this will not work, or that, But if you don't allow the naysayers to, but Bible says, write the vision down, make it plain. Make it plain. I'm not a preacher, but write the vision down, make it plain, and just drive it, and it will materialize with prayer and with hard work.
Hard work. That's really powerful. Yeah. Mr. Ackumey-Affidze, Akpene, it's been nice having you on the Step Out SME Focus.
Oscar, it's been awesome having you, and thank you for the great work you're doing. Carry it on, and the Lord will expand your empire.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But you see, it's an honor knowing people like you who, against all odds, are working so hard to achieve your goals. And I think you are an inspiration to this generation. And these are the kind of stories we want to get it out there for people to understand that, look, there are people that are like us, against all odds.
Yes,
They are
against all.
fighting the battle.
You have to
Succeed.
You have to. No other way.
Of course, because Alfie is not sitting in Parliament. Alfie does not have his business at Central London. Alfie is not a celebrity. He is like me.
Yeah,
and the question is that if he can do it,
everybody can. Everybody can. Everybody can. Yeah, everybody can. Just a willingness to sleep less and work hard. As you do, sleep less and work hard. Because to succeed, you have to put a lot of things on hold. You have to sleep less, and work more harder. And obviously, apart from that, you have to plan, put things down. But sleep just deprives you. We go to sleep when we go down there. So sleep less.
Because I haven't even slept the last 3 days.
I realized that. As I said, I don't know how you do it. I thought I stay awake more, but you're in a different class. You're in a different class. God give you grace. God give you grace.
I think when I posted our advert on a certain platform, a lady told me, "So when are you going to sleep?" And I said,
"It's quite right. I don't know what you're taking, but whatever you are taking, can you post something to me?"
But tonight I'm going to sleep. Trust me.
Okay, amen.
I'm going to shut the computers and everything and have at least an 8-hour sleep.
That'll be a dream. That'll be a real dream to see you. Yeah, I'll be checking at 3 o'clock and see whether you are. Oh.
The amazing aspect is that if I say I'm even going to sleep, when I wake up in the middle of the night, before I realize, I start working again till the morning.
That's what I'm saying. In your case, it's a bit of an addiction. I mean, whatever we are able to do and not able to break off becomes an addiction. So work can easily become an addiction in your case.
But we'll get there.
Yeah, carry on. I mean, you did a fantastic job.
Exactly. Thank you. So it's been wonderful having Mr. Akpene Ackumey-Affidze, aka Alfie, on the Step Out SME Focus. And I think in the maiden edition of the SME Focus, you are the first to come on this particular show. And I want to congratulate you for really sharing your entrepreneurial journey from Ghana to the United Kingdom. And I think it's a very inspiring one. I want everybody that is watching us to share this to other platforms, to share it to other social media platforms, and let us spread this word that there is a new platform that has positioned itself just for education, and we want you to be part of it. Let us really support a wedding course. The only thing you can do, if you cannot invest in what we are doing, is to help spread the word. And I don't think that is much of a difficulty. Like our page on Facebook and like our page also on YouTube, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is T2i TV, which stands for Train to Inspire TV. So we are here to train you, and out of it, you are going to get an inspiration to really achieve your goals in life. So it's been wonderful having Mr. Akpene Ackumey-Affidze, aka Alfie, on the Step Out SME Focus, and he is the franchise owner of P&Q Personnel based in Northampton, UK, and also the CEO of 3AM Mobile Photography, a business that he started in Ghana, but he has transitioned into the United Kingdom and doing exceptionally well. You see, you are one of the few guys that really have the opportunity to really do like weddings, taking photography weddings for I was sorry to say white people, because white people are very critical about their pictures. So their wedding pictures, they cannot just handle it to anybody just like that. But I think because of the great job that you are doing, you have really working that eyes to really penetrate the market across all channels that people might not be able to even enter. And I think congratulations for that, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you, Oscar. Thanks for having me.
So thank you very much for having us, all our viewers. And I want you to understand that we are coming your way on Saturday, 8 p.m. UK time and 7 p.m. Ghana time. We have got a powerful man who is going to come on the show, and he's going to talk about from depth to height. It's a very powerful discussion. I just have a brief discussion with the man, and he was giving me an insight of how you can build your vision from depth to height. And I think it's going to be a powerful discussion. I'm going to have in the host seat Stephen Tufo. He's a man of God, but he's a man of God of practicality. He was like, Oscar, I'm not there. I'm not coming on this platform to preach, but I'm going to come on and show the practicality of how people can really succeed with their talent and their vision, starting from depth to a higher level. So, Mr. Akumi, once again, thanks very much. And it's been wonderful to you.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Yes. So I know you'll be coming on this show from time to time.
I believe so.
As you progresses,
yes.
As you continue to expand, it will always be great to come and share what you have and how other people can benefit from this business. That is not a business for only you, but a business for you and us.
Definitely, it is a business for everybody, especially those in the UK who want to have some residual income coming their way while they sleep. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
While they sleep.
All right. So thank you very much, and have
thanks a lot. Yeah, the same. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2i TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2i TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2i TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.